Let us move on. Actually, there's a front page story in Hindu about treatment of hemophilia through stem cell therapy. That has actually happened in Veloor CMC. There is an institute called Center for Stem Cell Research. So this has been printed in the front page. So only 5 patients have been tested, and through stem cell therapy, that genetic disorder called hemophilia could be cured. Why I added is such research keep happening, and you should know the basics of the basic medical uh, terminologies, also the background of it actually. So today also there is a report related news on malaria. So that is also there. Hindu and Indian Express had covered. while while reading the biology textbooks, uh, you should ideally create a you can at least when you did a chapter in a NCRT or Tamil Nadu government textbook, what happens is we start reading from 6th to 12th, so a lot of things are repeated. You should be able to take notes out of each actually. When you read a subject in 6th standard, we have to start from 12th standard. So that is the ideal way of starting, reading. Particularly biology, you can read plus 2. Nothing wrong in it. There are those who are not studied biology, 12 plus 2, they don't need to read. They can limit to 10th standard. So from the 10th standard, you can go by reverse. Because a lot of times we start with 6 and we'll stuck with 6, 7, and then we'll never complete the textbooks. Actually, people would advise you to read the school textbooks, because that's verifiable, and it is checked by a lot of panelists. So it's always safe to take questions from the school textbooks. I have a prediction that since the entire preliminary questions going in a conventional way, a lot of conventional questions were asked in the last preliminary. So it's always better to have a good understanding of the school textbooks and basic facts given it. It's always safe. So you start with 10th standard and then go by reverse. There'll be repetitions of chapters actually. In that case, you should have separate notes on school textbooks and NCERT. And don't read like a small school children, and it will be a problem. If you don't know the concept, you can discuss with people. Don't To understand a concept, don't dig deep into it. It will be a problem for you. Basically, the textbooks are written for written with written to learn with the help of a teacher. So it will be too ambitious for you to read it. If you are not studied science in the 11th, 12th, don't go for it. Limit yourself 10th standard, that should be sufficient. Till whatever available until 12th standard, that should be enough for your preliminary. Okay, so let me move on. There is an essay on the assisted dying. Actually, this is about the. Hope you can see the screen. If you cannot see the screen, you please let me know. So this is about the terminally ill adults bill 2024-25. This is in UK Parliament. So this is why I added this. You should know how that the various other parliaments also functioning like in Indian Parliament. Whenever you read about a questionnaire in India, and it's when we have to immediately compare with other parliaments functioning. Uh, if you don't do it, it will become rot memory for you, and it will end up you will keep forgetting things. When you read about Indian constitution procedures, Indian parliament procedures, you should also parallelly think about the American constitutions, American parliaments functioning. No, actually, D.D. Bose is a very good book, but it is a tough book to read. Once you master it, you can become a teacher of Indian Constitution. So, reading Lakshmikant is basically reading someone else's notes, and I would not personally prefer for it. But until unless you compare with other constitutions, procedures, and the various rules, then you will not be able to be in a position to judge and give criticism over it. So that is why I added this. Rest of the tutorials are not much important. Actually, there is a tutorial on the in Hindu extension of age for the judge, and other fuses are there. And again, there is a essay critical of the High Court's opinion too. So such things keeps happening. So don't give importance to that. This I added because it speaks about the while it's passing in the common, the proposal is now still reviewed by public bill committee, which is scrutinized, fine tune, etc. That finally now the bill is in the annual. If the first it was discussed in the parliament, then again it was taken into discussion, further discussed in the public bill committee. Then it will be passed. So this you can go through it to know the how the parliament functions in UK. A lot of things are taken from the UK parliament. So this again on the climate change. So the excess heat among the most searched terms in 2024 in India. In India, so the heat is increasing. Still IPL by BJP elections, excessive heat. The highest time, June 26 to July 2, that is the maximum time it was the heating point. Global items being India versus Bangladesh. I don't know why this came, and Olympics also is part of this. India versus England. Cricket is the more major thing that is searched. Right. So you can go through this. It's again on a climate change only. Yeah, I already told you what is in railway boards. I gave the links for you. So now it is passed. Amit then Lok Sabha clears railway bill to enhance the independence of the board. Now it will be introduced in Rajya Sabha. So it is proposing to amend the Railway Act of 1989. Amendment is expected to speed up the approval access process of the train service that will help to meet the demands from various regions. So there will be an independent regulator. Fast track infrastructure. So whatever the new thing that when the first act is 1890, the first Railways Act. The another Railways Act, Railway Board Act in 1905, and then Railways Act of 1918. And there are three acts now. We have got a railway. Once it is supposed to become Railway Act. Now it is a bill. Yes. So as I was saying, malaria report has come. Though India has reduced in a huge number, so malaria cases have reduced to minus 9.6. Compared to other countries, we have got increased, and Nepal has done significantly well. But having a huge population in Southeast Asia, we have got half of the malaria cases. So the report is of W Health Organization. So you can go through it. This is released in. There will be, as I was saying, there will be essays on the reports. A lot of world organizations, other learned a lot of economic institutes are there. So they have, periodically, every 3-4 months or every year or something like that, they will keep on sending reports. This is one of the report which speaks about it. Whenever you quote an essay, when you write an essay, you have to quote the such reports. You can also have for essays when you take notes. when you take notes and then when you revise it, you have to write where is it useful. It will be useful. In essay, at least quote at least 2-3 reports. When you're writing UPSC mains essay, you need to at least quote 2-3 reports like World Bank report, World Malaria report, WHS report, ENFP's reports, even EP's report. When you quote, your essay becomes heavy, and then naturally another 10-15 marks will come. That will be critical for your rank. I think the mains result had come. I don't know how many had written. Let's see. Yeah, this is about the International Labour Organization asking nations to uphold, so union peak level social dialogue, labor administration with necessary resources and technical capacities, effective PLST. So, freedom of association and effective recognition of rights, collective bargaining. So this has been a decline, an increase in violation. So this entire article speaks about association only. So you can go through this. This is a social dialogue report of International Labour Organization. Such organizations are there and they keep on giving reports. Yeah. So you can go through it. It's in Hindu. So HTS had brought down the Baath party. After 1971, around that it was established. Assad's father was there. Entire history is given. You can go through this. Yeah, this is about a malaria thing. So finally able to control malaria, reduce mortality at a high burden, high impact group of according to the World Malaria Report. So you can see how Hindu had reported and the same news how Indian Express had reported. So India had finally managed to control malaria, reduce mortality, and get out of a high burden, high impact group of endemic countries. So it is not a burden for us. So that's important. High burden, high impact group of endemic countries. India reduced its malaria caseload by 69% from 6.4 million to 2 million. So other countries also fared well. Nepal had done really well. If someone has malaria, the estimated malaria deaths fell by 69% from 11,100 to 3,100. So I think it's in 2017 the same number is there. Yeah, in 2017, so it was 6.4 million. In 2023, it was only 2 million. Even the deaths have fallen. So there is an encouraging report. But still, India has large amount of malaria patients come in the Southeast Asia. Around 50% cases are from India. That's very unfortunate thing. So they're saying that this is possible due to the artemisinin-based combination therapy and long-lasting insecticide nets. So these are the artemisinin first kill the majority malaria parasites by attacking certain protein. So this you can, if you want, you can refer through. I don't know how much it will be useful. So they can simply ask this ACT, artemisinin-based combination therapy is related to which uh, disease such they can ask. So and long-lasting insecticidal nets. So you can see, I can make note of it. Then we got another essay. It's about social media affects behavior. Banning it is not answer. So Australia Parliament law banned it actually recently. You can it. We have spoken about it. So below 16 of age may be one of the strictest social media crackdowns in the world, but there has to be more nuanced, comprehensive, and sensitive plan to deal with it. What is now global addiction? Behavior change studies will show that since a single measure is rarely successful in supporting large scale changes. it needs a multi-pronged approach. Here are some of the options. They're saying how it is affecting. It may be a question in the ethics also. Providing alternative spare time for children and adults, telling what to do is more effective. Childcare support for the families, reasons about involving schools and education institutions. 50% teens how to stop social media. So these are the things, major things have been mentioned. So, this is how an essay should be. Ideal essay should be. She starts with an introduction and then she goes to some report, digital 2024 October global stat report. So that immediately the essay gets strengthened. And this is how you have to consider an essay. 43% of the users age 60 to 24 use social media to fill up spare up time. This is how an essay should be. How she started, see, the number of social media identities created in the last year is 256 million. So 25 crore identities have been created across all social media platforms. So it's basically says identity only. So there could be multiple identities per person. Social media is spreading in an alarming rate. 32% of the population is nominated in a world where 32% of the population is 12 to 27-year old. So entire one third of the population is falling in between the 12 and 27-year old. You can see the pressure you are in. You are all preparing. You are also in the one third of the population. So you can imagine how competitive the world has become. You should be more careful. You should be more truthful to your preparation. You should not waste even a minute. That's what I would suggest. The world has become highly competitive, and with a span of 6 months, you will lose you'll be out of the race. So you can imagine how important is this. And this I say about the choices one would have to choose. One would have to have if someone have to get out of social media addiction. So Australia banning is not a solution. So ethics you can add banning social media would help the youngsters being addicted to it. So this gives a four-pointer, to an argument against banning such complete ban. So you would also naturally will have to go for the middle path only. You can give an exposure with limited time, and we should have enough freedom, and we should not curtail the freedom of someone. Ideal and also should elders and parents and social systems and the institutions should give alternative engagement avenues for youngsters to spend positive time instead of social media. So the rise the god yeah, this is about AI only. So new technologies like chat gpt and the cases we are seeing about between AI and the open AI. So yesterday we spoke about the data sovereignty and the copyright issues and other things. Now safety is a major other concern, and personal infringement in the personal right, that becomes an issue. So it argues about it. AI technologies are embedded in our lives, from virtual assistant and smart home devices to AI-driven cars. So how it is interlinked. So you can go through this. It's another essay part of AI. I already told you must have 20-page notes on AI. In science aspects, in ethical aspects, in progressive aspect, you can divide into 5-6 sections, and then you have to have enough notes over it. This is another. Yeah. The next is about the finance minister, honorable finance minister statement at Global Economic Policy Forum in New Delhi. Industry needs to realign supply chains to de-risk from geopolitical strategy. That is a statement from the finance minister. You can read it. This is all for the industries. So this entire essay is for the industries only. So finance minister is asking to realign its supply chain. What does it mean is too much dependency on a particular region or a particular product from one particular supplier will risk you being entangled in the larger forces. So there should be a independent, specialized chain link that you should maintain in the industry. This is basically for industry only. You can give a read and then forget this. Why animal kills the young, many reasons, not just accident. You can go through this. So actually there is there is a preliminary questions earlier. That is why I added this. You know, which among the following eats the mate after its partner after mating? That is the question. It was asked in the preliminary. So I added this so you can. It is normally it happens with animals, even in cats that well comes to captive display. You can go through this. Yeah, you can see. So there is an atol happening in Arabian Sea. Desert Night is the name. So three countries are involved: India, France, and UAE. This is in times of India. You can go through it. Several Sukhoi, Jaguars, back to IL-17 military flyers. You can go through this. You can make mark of it. Only this name of the desert night, that is very important because such things happening everywhere across the world. In the Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, such things, Bay of Bengal, such things keep happening throughout the year. We have got a schedule also. So this only the name is important. Which place, where, which countries. So desert night, three countries should be in your mind: India, France, and UAE in Arabian Sea. Only this much you have to remember. Rest, you don't need to read much. You can limit to that. Yeah, this is the idea of Willow. While quantum computing is still an experiment, Google said its machine has surpassed the error correction threshold that scientists have been. So this you can read. This is the can compute under 5 minutes what supercomputer in 10 septillion in years. So that the new chip has almost revolutionized the entire thing. This is basically quantum computing. Quantum can do in 5 minutes. You can see the 10 power 25 years. So quantum will definitely revolutionize the entire calculation speeds and the entire algorithms. So this is an interesting thing. You should know about it. This from Times of India. Yeah, the same thing. Realign the supply chains to avoid risk concentration. Risk concentration. That is the heading they have given. I don't know what do they mean, but as I already told you, you can give one reading and forget this. And the Asian Development Bank has projected 6.5 from 7. So it has realigned its. We have been discussing about it. Growth has come down. Production has fallen in major industrial heads. So inflation is rising. Let us see. I already told you there are positives that we haven't spent our capex this year. Only one third has been spent. Then we'll see. So this is the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.